All right. So we find ourselves today traveling south across the down south from the mountains separating Numidia and Aquilonia, where the party has only a month or two prior has left the Aquilonian wilds, a civil war brewing based partially on their actions and now infamy. Afterwards, while traveling, they burned down a tavern, burned down a bar, burned down an inn at another town, and I'm going to assume they've probably burned down at least one or two more buildings since then, because that just seems to be their MO. After having recently left the Numidian city of Belvarus a couple of days prior on the way to Ophir, the party has now made it to the there's a word for this, where their growth is the farmlands that have much growth, and they are very rich, fertile. That's the word. The fertile farmlands north of Ophir. While going down this main well-traveled merchants road, the party has come across a group of light cavalry carrying the Ophiran banner, as well as a couple of other banners the party doesn't recognize offhand, that has guided the party down this road towards what looks to be on just the far side of the Tiber River. Now, the Tiber River is probably the one natural geographical feature defining the difference between Numidia and Ophir to the north. It's also the one of the main defensive points between Ophir and Aquilonia to the west as well. It's a very important river to Ophir. This part of the river isn't as wide and rough and tumble as some other parts. This is almost idyllic countryside. You know, you've got wineries and rolling hills, apple orchards and groves as we're going through here. And they take you to a bridge crossing. They escort these cavalrymen, these border guards, escort the party to a very large, well-built, just granite bridge, like stones and granite bridge. It's perfectly arced. It's smoothed over by millions of footsteps to cross it. There is artwork embedded in this, from gargoyles to snakes to other just intricate geometric designs across this bridge. On the near side of the bridge, before you cross it, there is a small shack, not a shack, a small guardhouse. A small guardhouse. They've got a couple of guys that are standing, kind of blocking access to the bridge. As you get to it, the cavalry that had escorted you the last couple of miles take off on their patrol again. Hanging from a pillory beside this guard hut is an old, mostly decayed body with a sign underneath that you assume is probably the crimes committed by said person. And the party is now, a couple 100 feet away from this bridge and this guard hut and this pillory. And we take it away from here. Let us begin.
Before we do the ear shot, can I just ask, can we just stab them all and sneak in? We're burning everything else down, why not?
I curiously read the sign. Can I read the sign?
Unfortunately, if you don't speak Ophiran, you cannot read the sign underneath him.
I'll read it to him.
I was going to say, somebody who knows Ophiran, come over here.
It says witch.
I can read it.
The sign beneath him says the crimes that this man was guilty of. Crimes, it says, by order of the magistrate Dufresne, this man has been found guilty and convicted of the crimes of desertion, theft, contract breaking, and lewd acts.
Ah, witchcraft.
What's the name of the magistrate?
Defrain.
Defrain.
Eufresne, probably.
Yes.
Res.
Ah, okay. French-esque.
No, Ophirian.
That's why I said ask.
There you go.
Yeah.
At a very disadvantage here trying to get that done.
I'm sorry.
So, Zhang, do you want to go talk to the border guards and see if we can gain entry, or do you want me to?
Yes, let's send the assassin to talk to them. That's a great idea.
I come in
Okay,
peace.
we can go now.
All right, Zhang, do you want to go with me, or am I just going
Yes.
alone? Okay, fine.
Fine.
Look out for witches.
As the two of you kind of take point heading up towards the guard posts, one of them says, please join me in the hut for processing and paperwork. And it's maybe a 10 by 10 building. There's a couple of chairs in there, some desks, things like that. He kind of sits down at one of the desks, motions you across from him.
Papers. You don't need no stinky papers.
I forgot to mention, across from the river, on the other side of the river, there is a settlement that you can see kind of in the distance a little bit. He says, welcome to Ferala, gateway to Ophir, home of the Defrains. Please state your business and and present your pass.
We're just passing through. We got a pass from the previous thing, right?
I mean, you were given a badge of identification to say that you're part of the rebellion.
Yeah, give him that.
Let's not say that.
No. I could have sworn we earned like a traveler's pass or something like that from.
Sir, if we don't have a pass, who would we talk to about earning one, or purchasing one, or otherwise obtaining one?
Well, it depends on what your purposes here in Ophir and Ferala are. If you're looking to hire yourselves out as a mercenary company, we need your mercenary registrations and passes. If you're a merchant caravan traveling through to perform some trading, that too will require its own separate pass. What is your business here in our fine city and state?
We're just passing through.
You just follow the river then, and are you just passing through to Nemedia? What is your ultimate destination? Where are you going?
I believe.
Don't look at me.
Were we going to
Look
the,
there.
were we
Can
going
I-
to the capital city of Ophir?
Kerala is the capital city of Ophir, and that is your ultimate destination.
Right, so we're going to head to Kerala. Kerala is remind me, is that a port town?
It does go through a river, but you're nowhere near the ocean.
Okay, yeah, we're heading for Kerala to obtain passage to Numidia, let's say.
You just came from Nemedia.
Oh, okay, well then the other place.
We come from France.
So you are going to lie to the guard and say you're going somewhere? Is that the goal?
I mean, yeah.
until we get there, yeah, nobody's going to be able to really follow us.
Where is? Aren't we heading towards Karaja at some point?
Yep,
Or-
that is your destination.
So it's not lying to say that we were going that way. Or we're heading through Call.
Well, we're heading towards Kerala, right? But
Yeah.
it's. I mean, in order to get there, we have to go through this point, and they're only offering us two ways to get passes at this point.
No, I mean he's given a couple of examples, and
Okay, examples.
yeah.
Well, like I said, we're just passing through, trying to get our way through Karaja.
Do you have any family that you're visiting, or what's the nature of your purpose here?
I am a. For the love of God, what is
Emissary.
this? Thank you. I am an emissary of Gitai, meeting the Eastern nations along my travels.
And these are your bodyguards and escorts?
Cohorts.
Indeed.
So it's a diplomatic visit.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
can call it that.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
That's a ticket.
Yeah.
Is it slash? Yeah, slash R to
Let's
B.
see, your persuasion. No, you pretty much can't fail that. Yeah.
3 successes.
Okay. Well, he is.
Good
He takes a second look at you and kind of stands up a little bit straighter, dusts off his, gets some crumbs off real quick, and a diplomatic visit. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? You're probably going to want to present yourselves to the Dufresnes then.
You're breaking up now.
He's like,
Sorry, we lost you for a second.
a diplomatic visit. Well, why didn't you say so? You'll want to present yourself to the Dufresnes in town. I'll have a runner go real quick. Marco, get over here. He yells something to some guy, and a guy takes off running real quick already.
My apologies. My Ophirin is still a little bit. What is the word? Shaky? No. Rough.
Oh,
I'm learning.
your Ophirin is fantastic, Master. That's just where the Dufresnes will be very happy to make your acquaintance and your diplomaticizing stuff. Just here, sign here real quick for show that I've done my job here.
Yes, you've done a fine job. Sign away.
He basically hands you a ledger. It's got a couple of things written in it, and he says, "All right, well, just so you know, you guys are welcome. Welcome to Ophir and to Farala. If your purpose of your visit does change and you decide or desire during your time here to perform any sort of work for hire, just make certain that you've got the proper mercenary registrations, which you can get from the aide-de-camp of the Dufresnes.
Okay.
And enjoy your time in beautiful Ophir.
I'll keep that in mind if my traveling companions wish to pad their pockets. And thank you. You said
Thank you.
a runner is coming for us to show us to the.
No. Sorry, I sent a runner to inform them to inform the magistrates that you're here. I'm not present. I wouldn't presume to tell you what to do. Just they like to be kept informed of the comings and goings of such important people as yourselves.
Wonderful. By the way, I am, as should be obvious, new to this place. Which direction will I go to meet the?
Just keep following the road. That will take you straight into the city, and you can't miss the Dufresne's Villa. It's up on the hilltop, just on the side of the city there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Shall we go?
We shall.
And the
Wait,
party
We don't have to kill anybody?
and the party makes it through an entire guard post without starting an international incident.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Burning it down.
and we didn't burn anything.
It's a first time of success. Good job.
My sword hand was tired.
Lighting all those buildings on fire. You know how it is. But yeah, so as you leave the guard post, one thing that you do see on the other side of the river, there's a couple of other small buildings, just like a tiny little. Don't even want to call it a camp. They are permanent buildings. I mean, they're made of wood, but just a couple of small buildings that look like the other side of a guard hut, basically a small barracks, maybe a couple of beds, some food, kitchens, things like that. You see there a half a dozen more folks wearing these markers. And give me a society check, somebody, or observation, either or. I would actually, yeah, give me a society or observation.
Okay, let's see. I think I can give a decent society roll.
5 and 6.
I can. 2 successes.
So one thing that you notice here, you start kind of paying attention to these groups of soldiers here. There seems to be a few disparate groups here. Like usually soldiers are fairly uniform, like they have their uniform and that's what they're wearing. And other than maybe rank markers or a special designation, usually they're pretty uniform in appearance. You see 3 separate styles of uniform of folks here that are definitely uniforms, like not just somebody wearing a jacket. Like you see 3 separate styles of uniform. For example, all of the guards there on the other side of the bridge where you were, they were all wearing one type of thing. All of the cavalrymen and a couple of the non-cavalrymen, they're wearing the same thing. But of the rest of them, you see 2 that seem to be wearing something, a very ornate gold, green, gilded attire. And then you see another 4 of them that are just wearing a completely separate uniform that's not gilded, but they do have banners. They've got tabards, I should say.
Do the tabards have anything written on them or any sort of sigil?
They have a symbol. I don't know what the symbol is right now, but they have a symbol. All 3 of these different groups seem to have different symbols on them.
Are they interacting with each other, or are they acting rather cliquish?
The gilded ones are interacting with the ones that are with the same as the cavalry folks and the guards. The third group is a little standoffish from appearance.
Okay. I will inform my or ask my companions about their opinions of the matter.
You know what? Actually, that's a good point. Xenia, I would allow a warfare roll from you.
17 and 12.
17 and 12. And your warfare is a 10 and 3. All right. So you don't really catch anything that he didn't already. Their banners, their tabards, you don't recognize it. And I need an observation check.
From everybody?
From somebody.
2 successes. No, 1 success.
16, 14. Reroll the 16.
Well, with 1 success,
Oh.
Fair Eye puts her eye out.
Success with a complication. Damn.
That's pretty much all you notice at the time. But this road does lead towards what appears to be a mid-sized settlement in the distance ahead of you. Maybe just a mile or so.
Sounds good to me.
Head for the town, yeah. And I guess we're gonna have to act like we're kissing his arse as I gesture towards the emissary.
Could you?
You're mad.
Okay.
And you trot your way, walk your way, your assemblage towards this town, off in the distance ahead of you. One of the first things you notice is there seems to be the town, and then outside of the town, a settlement of tents, like a whole nother settlement of dozens and dozens and dozens of tents of various shape and size and quality. A whole, I mean, what would be like an entire field just full of various tents and various groupings with banners and colors and flags and hundreds of various ruffian looking individuals. Zinnia, you recognize this. You've been here to Ophir before. You've operated in this area. You know that most towns, if there is going to be a mercenary presence in the air, if that's common that there's a mercenary presence here, which is common in Ophir, that a lot of times the mayors of the towns don't like having hundreds of soldiers walking armed through their town. And so they have mercenary encampments outside of town where the mercenaries are required to stay as a group. They can come into town. They're encouraged to come into the town, just not in large armed numbers. You know, something make the mayor nervous.
Just a little bit.
So you see this mercenary encampment outside of the town, and then you see the town of Ferala. It is it has a low stone wall around it, about waist high stone wall around it, and even that is immaculate. Like there's no moss on it. These stones are perfectly placed together. It is the same width. It is the same height, like concrete levels smoothed out, which is really kind of difficult to do in this day and age here. Whoever is in charge of this town appears to be very ornate and detail oriented.
And I kind of tell the group my knowledge and, kind of point out the stone and so forth.
So the road you're on, it goes right past the town, kind of between the town and the mercenary encampment. So you could go either way, or you could go on. Based on the rough description, it kind of seems like the Dufresne Villa would be past the town. You think you see something, but between the dust and the town itself, it's hard to see for sure.
On the side road, so much to say, like they're going.
Yeah, this traders road that you're on, it goes right past the town. So like the town is on this side of it, the encampment is on this side of it, and then the road keeps going.
So we peel off and head into the town, right?
Why would no? I think we should go through past them.
Well, we have to.
We're not supposed to be there, right?
Well, it doesn't hurt to follow expectations every once in a while too.
I mean, you're
Yes,
legitimately in country.
Yeah. I don't know. Emissary, how emissary-ish are you feeling?
Well, when given the option to dine with the local nobility or to, meet out a meal in town, go with the nobility.
Okay. Well, all right. He's feeling emissary-ish. Let's head in.
So you're just going to go.
My presence. It would be rude not to follow through and
They might send
at least
people
say
out
hello.
looking for you, thinking you've been lost if you don't show up.
Precisely.
So right past town towards where it kind of seems the villa is.
At the very
That's
least.
what the nobility is, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
On the right
Could
way.
Oh, you were going to the villa.
See?
Okay. All right. My bad.
Should we all go, or should we split it up? Send anybody into town, and just see what's the state of things are.
Split the party.
Sure, guys. I'll go into town and find out.
Split the
about
party?
fucking-
Split
Hey,
the party?
To be fair, it might not be to to Kuth to come upon the what is his title again? The
Magistrate.
magistrate. Yeah, it's probably not best to fall down upon the magistrate with 5 mercenary-esque individuals.
Well, me and the shady one will take a walk then.
Yeah, I can speak the language, so I can at least accompany you if we want to go to the bazaar and
Yeah.
gather things. Like, it's public. What could go wrong?
No face stabby stabby, okay?
I've got a couple of weapons to sell. My backpack's getting pretty full. I can sell a couple of weapons.
Keep your claws to yourself.
Legitimate business happening here.
Perhaps I shall take the witch hunter, and you 3 scout out the town.
All right.
Sure. We'll meet you at the local tavern later.
Bring me a doggy bag.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right. Well, let's start with the nobility going ones. Let's start with the ones heading to the villa. Damn it. Yeah, so you head on past down this road, and basically once you get to where kind of the edge of the town, the edge of this wall, you do see another very well kept road leading up to I don't even want to call it a small hill. It's a big damn hill. Big damn hill. It's got one side of it appears to be kind of a cliff face. The side facing the town is almost like a cliff face with the hilltops coming down behind it. On top of that, you see a lot of marbled and tiled, fancy, ornate buildings. You just in the distance, you can see dozens of people that appear to be working in the gardens and trimming trees and sweeping, and all of them dressed in gilded green finery.
Oh, I'm glad to see that I match.
As you come up the road up the side of the hill here, you make it to an outer wall, and this outer wall has, I mean, just within sight, you can see at least 20 or 30 armed individuals just within sight, in and around this outer wall area. Of the 30 individuals, like 28 of them are wearing the same attire as the cavalrymen. 2 of them are wearing gilded and green. We'll say the cavalrymen, they're wearing they have a red robin. No, not a red robin. A red cardinal. That's the word I'm looking for. A cardinal on their tabard. That's their identifier. The cardinal. And at this gateway here, they they cost you to stop you and.
Hail and well met. One of the border patrol or border guards, I believe, sent a runner ahead to announce my coming.
Oh right, yeah, you're you guys, you wanna take him up to the building? All right. He's not very smart, but he's very large man. Very large man.
Thank you, Hodor.
A couple of what appear to be fairly young, untrained, new recruits. He snaps them over, and they come, and they're like, "Oh yeah. We'll take you up right now. We'll take you up right now." One of them wearing, or neither of them wearing the gilded green, but both of them, at first glance, neither of them look like rough and tumble commoner type folks.
Mm.
At first glance.
I.e., they're probably sons of nobility and
I see.
Third or
and
fourth sons that are not landed.
they're getting their experience out in the world.
Oh, okay.
And they take you up to what appears to be an ornate old um, beautiful building. There is it's like 3 stories tall. It's wider than it is tall. It has giant marble pillars in front of it on kind of a porch area. There are steps coming up to it. There are large windows. But at the same time, as ornate as this building is, it also looks, I mean, it's made of reinforced stones and marbles. And
It looks sturdy.
it looks very sturdy. You see artwork all, up in the corners. There are, even though that it's daytime right now, there is a hanging from the top of this porch area is a whole ring of lanterns that are like tied to a chain that they can lower to light the lanterns. And the 2 boys walk you up to it, and one of them runs in real quick and comes out, and a minute later, and out comes a elderly gentleman. You would probably say 55, 60. For this era is quite elderly, but he looks pretty spry for his age. He's wearing again. He's wearing a slightly different attire. He still has the gilded and green kind of a sash over him, but he's wearing a long tailored coat and like in blue and green pants. Very, very nice attire. Not what you were expecting to see walking out from a porch, and he walks up. Oh, greetings to you. What brings you to our fine city? Are you the one from the east that was sent about?
I am indeed the emissary from far Katai. Well, not too far from where we are.
It's still pretty far. It's the mysterious, no matter how far it is, it's always the mysterious Katai.
Yes. I am called Zhang. May I ask yours? What I should call you?
My name is Teller Dufresne, and you've now found yourself inside of the Dufresne family home. We've been tasked with protecting and vitalizing this city and the commerce here, and we're proud to have you here. Might I ask if you are visiting anybody in particular? If you're looking for a certain assistance that the Dufresne family might be able to provide for you?
I don't wish to impose upon your hospitality more than is necessary. I'm passing through, and I seem to have intimidated one of your guardsmen into what is the word? Imposing upon your hospitality.
Oh, good sir, that is no imposing at all. We are happy to have such distinctive individuals as yourselves and emissaries from the far off Katai here under the eaves of our humble groves.
Just wait till we find your bar.
It is quite impressive, I must say.
It actually is a fairly impressive. There are groves of apple and orange trees. You can see in the distance horses running through fields and in stables. And every building here is completely in full repair. They are clean. They are in repair. They are all ornate, even. You see an outhouse, and the outhouse has decorative windows on it.
Would you call this opulent?
Yes, you could call this opulent.
Okay. I will comment that it has been a fair amount of time since I've last seen a mandarin. Or what you call oranges here.
Oh, well, let's fix that. Tully, go and grab a basket of oranges for our
Beat this
new
man with a
friends.
sack of oranges.
Oh, you don't need to do that. But
One of the two kids jumps up, yes sir, and runs off real quick to go and retrieve a basket of oranges.
I will not turn them down.
Have you guys found an establishment with Witchin City to stay?
We have not as of yet. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, when I bring people into the city, I find that there is no finer establishment in the city than the Cockeyed Crow.
The Cockeyed Crow. Well then, I will most certainly take that into account and probably find a room if we are able to.
Oh, please. Oh, here comes Tully again now. That's a good boy. And the kid comes running back with a small basket of like a full dozen oranges. And he hands them out. He says, well, please take these oranges as a gift. And if you do find yourself at the Cockeyed Crow, please tell the proprietor there that Teller Dufresne sends his regards and hand him any of these oranges that you may or may not have consumed by then.
Thank you.
Your hospitality is most gracious. And I will thank him profusely.
Tully, why don't you go with them and see if they need any help getting through the city?
Not much I can do without being able to speak the language. So.
Well, I mean, I can translate for you.
No. You can ask them what temples they have in the city.
Oh, before I head out, my friend over here, my companion, wishes to know bodyguard wishes to know what temples you have in this area.
Oh, we have some of the best temples in all of the north of Ophir. We pride ourselves both on the number and quality of our temples to Mitra. But don't be afraid, just because we have such profuse faith for Mitra himself, it doesn't mean that we in any way disregard or wish to denigrate the quality of the faith that personages such as yourself bring here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mitra's a female, right?
Mitra's a god, a good god.
Yes, but is it male, female, or... Oh, okay. I always had it in my head that she was Mitra was a female. I don't know why.
Nah, Mitra is basically like the Greek style of Catholicism.
Okay. I thought that for some odd reason I thought it was a female.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I thank him, and we shall head our way towards the Cockeyed Crow.
Tully has been now tasked to go with you, and he's carrying the basket for you in case you should want something. He's just kind of like holding it here just in case.
I grab one.
I will most certainly relieve him of the weight of at least one.
And now...
You should have been traveling like this the whole time.
Well, I mean, we could have if y'all would let me talk. It is
you
my
melt faces when you talk.
Only when I try.
And by now, me and Me and the assassin are walking out of the last
Walking
fired up, lit up tavern. Like, that was fun. I wonder what the guys are doing.
Nothing else
And now
which
we
is very-
return to the other half of the party as they leave a half burned down warehouse.
Orange water. So you're not surprised.
I know.
No, but the three of you head into the town here. And it is, well, you would expect a town like this with this many sell swords and arms for hire to be pretty rough and tumble. However, there is there are a lot of folks in a particular sort of town guardsman-y outfit that has two horses kind of running is their symbol. Like one horse running and the other horse like kind of like two Mustangs sort of thing. There is a very large presence of these folks, and they are wearing more like boiled leathers. They've all got clubs and torches, and it seems that it's surprisingly not rough and tumble in this town, in large part due to the overwhelming presence of these guardsmen that are not wearing gilded and green yet. That being said, especially you're coming into town pretty close to the encampment, like coming in straight across from the mercenary encampment. Pretty much every building that you're passing right now is bar, tavern, restaurant, inn, tailor, weapon sharpener, translator, brothel, bar.
Well, I count at least 5 targets. I mean bars. Where I have it, we check one of those out.
Sure. Let's pick a respectable looking tavern if you'd like.
When you say respectable one, do you mean one that looks like the officers go there, or one that's just standing up straight?
Little in
So
between.
what? Let's go with
lower
one.
officers.
Since this is a non rough and tumble kind of area with a heavy guards presence, let's go with one that looks rather social with lots of people, because go where the locals go.
All right. Well, yeah, you see one. It seems a little bit larger than the others, and basically it's kind of like a U-shape building with a large courtyard in the middle, and then there's like an archway, an ornate archway system of arches and columns going from the 2 points of the U, and inside of this courtyard is musicians and dozens of people wearing dozens of different types of attire from dozens of different countries. There are dancing girls and dancing boys and musicians and a contortionist and you see people moving around with trays full of meats and breads and cheeses.
Well, this looks expensive, but yeah, let's go in. Do I hear any familiar tongues? Something I can understand?
Yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of people here.
Okay.
And it is a very hearty, lively atmosphere inside of this courtyard.
Cool.
There are tables of people drinking. There are tables of people playing dice games with each other and throwing down cards. And at one point in time, you see somebody flip a table, and within 15 seconds, there's already like 6 of these club-wielding guardsmen.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's start with grabbing a free table with a couple of chairs.
Sure.
Let's just get a feel for the place before we go up to the bar and start getting drunk.
Okay. So pretty much what you get kind of off the bat is Kind of hear snippets of conversation. You hear a lot of talk, shop talk sort of thing. Xenia in particular, you hear shop talk, mercenary shop talk. A lot of boasts. Yeah, well, my company back in the winter of 47, we marched through the passes of things like that. Or yeah, well, my lieutenant could kick your lieutenant's ass.
We want to see it. Go, go.
Fight, fight, fight. We love this stuff.
They're pretty contained rowdiness, if you will. But it's only afternoon. Nighttime, I mean, it's not even dinner time yet.
Speaking of which, I'm famished.
Shall we fetch a wench?
Yes, we shall fetch a wench.
Wench!
She's a wench. Burn her.
A wench comes over. Well, aren't you three a rising trio?
Okay. I just want a bowl of beef soup. What do we got?
She looks at you, Zinni, and she goes, "Are they yours?"
Ah,
No, you can have them.
I get a feeling she'd sell us cheap.
Oh no.
Also, I'm a woman.
Wait, you are?
Nah.
Is that when you're like your plaything, girls? Is he your pet or something? Do you just keep him around for picking up things?
I got me a big bow.
Oh Lord. Yeah, pretty much.
I just bought me 5 loads for it.
Oh my God.
One of them's on fire.
He's a bit mouthy too, can you tell?
Ah, you like the mouth.
Oh, I like him mouthy.
What kind of place did you guys go?
She flips her hair a little bit.
I think this one might have been a brothel.
We stumbled into the wrong courtyard.
What can I get you three?
Can we start with 3 local ales, please?
Do you want anything to eat with that?
Absolutely. What are you offering?
Yes.
Yes. I'll hog the fish and chips.
She sways away to go get food and drink.
Next
No
time
one
you
has
go
been
to the
stabbed yet. That is a true statement. What could possibly go wrong? She comes back a little bit later with a couple of drinks and some perfectly functionable meat and bread. It's not fine dining, but it's
better than what we've had on the road.
much better than hardtack.
All right. Make quick work of this.
So, my lady, how are things here? Can we strike up some conversation with her, or is she too busy with other stuff?
Oh, she's too busy to be like sitting around for too long a conversation.
Okay.
She's still getting pinched and gawked and serving drinks and dancing every here and there, and
I can't help but pinch, sorry.
you do note that there is a small silver anklet that her and almost all of the dancing girls are wearing.
Silver anklets, huh?
A small silver anklet.
Oh, so it depicts her as, part of a harem of such or so. So it's kind of right.
Silver anklets.
Have we ever seen anything like that before? I don't know if I would in my travels or not.
You can give me a society check.
could try.
I'm right here. I'm going. Nice, John.
My administrative assistant is helping with this.
17, 10.
17 and 10. I failed both, I think.
That is not a successful society check.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm not right with the society. I'm a little used to the wilderness.
I suck at society. Sorry.
Zinnia, would you like to try?
Yes, of course.
I would take off a nut's ass at 100 paces, but I can't
Yeah.
speak to a woman.
None of you really know what it means. You just note that that most of the working girls here are wearing this anklet, as well as the contortionist and a couple of the working boys too are wearing these silver anklets.
Okay, yeah. I sense a connection.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you smart.
Look, that's all I got.
You hear a familiar voice.
Me?
The three of you. Something loud, boisterous.
Oh no.
Familiar voice.
Gigich?
Does it have a Russian accent?
It does not.
Oh,
But it is friends with the guy with the Russian accent. Teshin is here, as well as his wife and one of his kids. The fat merchant that took you guys from chapter 1 to chapter 2 and introduced you to Gregich.
Mhm.
He's here.
Oh.
Well, what do you know?
You hear him being boisterous and talking about some things or doing a trade deal or something off over there.
I go towards them.
Oh.
oh, not the Wabbajock.
Oh no. Okay. So the three of you go towards him.
Yeah.
Friends! How long has it been? Oh, I'm so glad to see you guys are doing great. What? Weren't there more of you? What happened? They're okay, aren't they? The Kitani guy and the one with the hammer?
I don't see any smoke, so I think we're clear. They're okay.
Oh, by the way, I had a message for you. Somebody for you, and he points at you, Bob. Somebody came by me the other day and told me that I was to hold on to this and give it to you. I thought they were crazy. I had no clue you guys were going to be in this area. I don't know. He hands you a small scepter about yay big. It's got a marble orb at the top of it. It has a little black hand made of ash scratched into it. That should sound familiar.
Thank you so much. I've been looking everywhere for this.
Oh, it is yours. I had a bet going that I was never that you'd have no idea what it was if I even encountered you again. Looks like I owe my wife some gilder.
Thank you so much. Speaking of giving and receiving things, I'm looking to sell a couple of excess weapons that I've held on to for quite some time, but I don't use. How would I go about selling those? Is that something you would help me with, or should I go to the local bazaar?
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to be intermediary for you. You know, I take 20%. I'll sell anything you want, my friend.
I don't know if they're much value to them, so it might be 20% of 1 gold piece, but
For my friend, for you, I'm happy to do anything you need. You guys have saved my life. You've saved the lives of people that I care about. You're heroes in my book.
all outstanding. Well, I don't want to keep you from your business. We can circle back after a couple more drinks.
No, eat with me, drink with me.
I was hoping you'd say that. Let's do this.
Proprietor,
Let's
these
do
are my
this.
friends. They're with me. What do you do? You whack something with the stick?
I don't know. I gotta figure out how it works. every time I set it down, is it going to like teleport me to the ocean?
No, just you do this and nothing happens.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thing seems fine.
Am I going to lose my soul if I tap a chair with it or something?
I mean, have you ever bargained with the Outer Dark for items of pure chaos and unpredictability before?
Not unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
So, is there anything in particular that the three of you are trying to do here?
Well, largely I didn't want to sit in a stuffy diplomatic meeting, but also just kind of see what the local situation was. I mean, so we're already getting a lot of intel really on what the area is like, right? We can see that it's controlled chaos happening here. There are a lot of guards that will jump on things rather quickly if things get out of line.
What do you need to do?
Xenia, Bill, y'all have anything else that you're looking for, that you're looking to achieve?
Well, honestly, I was just interested in seeing the town and getting a drink and something to eat, to be honest, and maybe hear some stories from the road. Maybe Keshin has some things that they've come across that they could tell us about. Like first of all, why do we have so many armed different armies like in this area? Like what's going on? Is there a buildup for a war?
Oh, this is Ophir. There's always a build-up for a war that never happens.
Oh, I see.
Everybody hires so many troops that nobody can hit somebody else.
Can I make some sort of an observation check for people that are in this crowd, that are social but more observant than they are social? Like just kind of like taking a slow sip on a drink and just kind of like monitoring the situation. That's not a guard.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I would even allow thievery if your goal is something thievery related.
Not thievery, not yet. What I'm just looking for is are there organized,
listeners,
organized people like paying attention that's out of the norm?
Okay.
Hey, 2 successes.
Yeah, there actually is. There's one guy that you note in particular who is wearing a reddish lined outfit. A red and black outfit, to be specific. He's got a tabard on of red and black, and he seems to be mostly just eating and drinking by himself. When you note a dancing girl come around him, he doesn't seem to engage. He'll toss a coin and be done with it. And mostly he's just kind of looking around. Definitely of noble birth, definitely wealthy. Does not appear to be a mercenary. And he's not wearing the gilded and green either.
Yes, not wearing the gilded and green. It's a different color. And this is not colors that we've seen on any of the other 2 uniforms. Okay. All right. So, Teshin, you and my 2 friends here, please, hold my seat for me. I'll be right back. I guess I'd like to wander over to this this gentleman who's looking around and just, be social to him. I am a lady after all, and I know I don't look like
Not what I heard.
No.
He notes your approach, makes eye contact, nods. Points to a seat beside him.
Hi there. So I'm gonna start speaking with Sipple Ophirin.
Mm-hmm.
See if that's the language that he's actually speaking, or if he's not.
Yep, he seems to understand Ophirin. He's probably a native of some sort here.
Okay. I'm new to the area. I'm just looking to see what types of things there are to do around here.
He goes, "Oh, you're with the new mercenary group?"
No, but I've
Oh.
I've hung with mercenary types in the past, so I'm familiar with the goings on.
Oh.
Are you a mercenary? Is that what you do here?
No, I own the mercenaries.
You own? Ooh, you're the man with the money that owns all of them. That's fun. Can I ask legitimately? Like, there's a huge camp of mercenaries outside town. Is there a war going on? I didn't see any as we were making the roads down here. We didn't see any wars going on.
No, most of them are scavengers and bottom feeders. These are the ones that couldn't get a job in the capital, and so now they're looking for work out here.
Oh, well, that's awfully benevolent of you to bring them under your wing.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about them.
Fair enough. Bottom feeders are bottom feeders. I didn't want to take up much more of your time, sir. I was just, wanted to see, new faces, meet new people. I'm just trying to be social.
And Vera, don't forget you have that honest corruption ability.
Before I go.
Because we're from the same place.
I know I have it. I just
Honest corruption thing.
take a free D1.
Enter somebody's trustworthiness.
Okay. Free D1. What is that? A D20 or I forget.
It's a thievery check with a difficult. You only need one success to succeed.
Okay, it's been
Difficulty 1. Yep, it has been too long. I agree.
thievery. Oh, Crom calling me out.
So you
Can I get just a quick feel for him then? Just a one roll.
Yeah. Roll a thievery check. What is your thievery? Your thievery is a 12.
12.
I mean, he seems like a noble. He seems very self-important.
The fates are not with me today when it comes to discerning things.
Not so much.
Have a good evening.
Welcome to Purgatory of Roll20.
And you make it back to the table with Teshin and your compatriots. Teshin goes, "I didn't know you knew the Sobs."
The who's a what's up?
The Sobs. That's who you were just talking to.
The Sobs?
Yeah, I don't know which one that is, but I recognize that heraldry anywhere around here. Rumor has it they've been making a move for the Defrain territory.
I had no idea, and honestly, it didn't occur to me to ask you if you knew him until after I got back from talking to him. He seems like a nice guy. What do you know about him?
I know they're ambitious and they're not from around here, but all I know is rumors and whispers that them and the Defrains have been nipping at each other for generations.
Teshin, can I ask you, whose army is it outside of town?
I don't know what you mean.
Like the mercenaries that are scattered outside in a big tent city, right? Are they the Defrains or are they the Sobs?
I couldn't tell you. I think a lot of them are. I don't know. Some of them are probably looking for work. Some of them, I I think most of the ones that are hired around here probably worked for Dufresne. This is their territory, after all.
All right. That's just curious, because I mean, like, if I were to do Frames, I would be quite antsy to have a bunch of mercenaries that don't belong to me right outside my town.
It's pretty common around here. I've been through this city quite a few times, and I don't think I've ever been here without at least a couple hundred mercenaries looking for work at any given time.
All right, that's good to know.
It's a good place to find work on the borderlands here, because they can travel from here up to Nemedia pretty easy and try to find work for either side. Ophir generally pays better though; it's safer than the Nemedians. But I mean, if you're looking for a fight, you can go meet with the Nemedians, and they'll take you somewhere.
Never fight without pay, my friend. Never fight without pay.
Never fight with pay. I'd rather just pay. That's why I'm a merchant.
Wait another round.
Another round for my friends. All right, so the two of you that went and visit the nobles, you make it back into town with Tully. All right, you make it into town for the first time with Tully, and he starts running you through town. He looks a little embarrassed as you're at the outskirts because there's a lot of illicit buildings that he doesn't think that you're going to appreciate. But he also seems pretty familiar with some of them, like maybe he's visited that bar.
I see.
And he leads you further into town. There's some raucousness going on over here, and there's a bar over there, and it's early afternoon. But the main thing that you see is how not dirty, how well lit everything is, how the trees are spaced the exact distance apart. Every 18 feet is a tree. How there are what appears to be some sort of town guardsmen around every corner.
I will ask Tully, his name's Tully, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kid.
Is this common for Ophir, or is this this particular city just very well taken care of by...
He says, "Oh, my family likes to put on to make certain that everything stays very nice and civil-like around here. We want to make certain that people coming to Ophir have a very good first impression of our great nation."
And it is a very good first impression, I must say.
Oh, I'm sure Papa Dufresne will be very appreciative to hear that.
So I take it he's leading us towards the, what is it, Cockeyed Crow?
He is indeed leading you towards the center-ish of the town. Basically, the farther out you are, the cheaper it is. The closer you get to the middle, the more likely it is to be for captains and officers and nobles and the like. And he is taking you to what can only be described as a mansion turned bed and breakfast. Like he leads you. These are wide streets. These buildings there's space between these buildings. This one in particular has a garden and a yard around it, and the building itself is tall and beautiful, and it's got whitewashed pillars on its porch, and the building itself has kind of a turquoise green paint on it. You see a couple of folks standing outside of it, dressed in servant attire, fancy servant attire. And Tully says, "Well, I do believe this here is your destination, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to spend this time with you. Is there anything else I can do for you?"
Were you able to point out, or was he able to point out the temple to Mithra that my...
Oh, yeah. He pointed out a couple of them. Like, this here is the temple, and that one's run by Father Mammer. And that temple, I like this temple a little bit better. But there's just something weird about this temple. I haven't quite figured what it is yet. But if you want the nicest temple in town, right there in the middle of the town, we have the largest temple to Mitra in this entire region.
is the gayest tour guide I've ever had.
I know, right?
You haven't met our bartender yet.
Look at this beautiful kitty cat. Oh,
He takes you in. He takes you into the cockeyed crow and hands the basket off to one of the servants.
And we will head off to the proprietor is located where?
The proprietor comes out pretty quick. Gentlemen, welcome to the Cockeyed Crow. How can I be of service? Tully, young man, it's good to see you. How's Teller doing up there? Oh, sir, he's doing all right. You know him, still kicking strong. He sent down these two. He's an emissary from Kittai, and Teller pointed him down to come and stay with you, sir.
The more he talks, the more like Western his voice gets. Midwestern. But yes, I am looking for a room for myself and my compatriots. We have a few more.
Well, I do say we can certainly accommodate you and your kind. Now, would you be needing servants' quarters, indentured servants' quarters, or is your group all of such high esteem as yourself?
They most certainly aren't indentured servants, but
Very good,
I
sir.
think we could use some. I would like a nice room, and a few. What? How many do you think they need? 2, 3. Yes.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Why, I can indeed get you a couple of rooms. Get you 3 rooms there, sir. Hey, Frankie, go get those rooms on the north wing ready for our esteemed guest here. And draw a warm bath. I'm sure they're tired from the road. They need to get their feet clean. Draw them up a warm bath while you're at it.
Thank you so very much.
Make sure you log all this to Mr. Teller's most kindly account.
I can certainly say that Mr. Dufresne has a very lovely town here.
Why, we are mighty proud of it round here, sir.
Thank you so much.
Pray tell, do you indulge in the luxuries of smoke, sir? I happen to have some of the finest Kothian green, just imported up.
I may dabble.
He pulls out a small pouch and rolls himself up a cigarette
He's going to get high.
and rolls the second one and hands it to you.
I take it gracefully or gratefully.
He pulls a
Word.
large matchstick thing from a small fireplace and lights you up first and lights himself. So, we have half the party at the bar and half the party at a bed and breakfast. And neither knows where the other half is. Did the witch hunter go to find the temple or something?
The witch hunter went to find some morsels to eat. Perhaps we should send you off to find the rest of our group.
I don't speak the language.
So as dinner time is moving on and evening time is moving on for the 3 of you inside the bar there, it's filling up. There's just a whole pile of people here, from young to old, having a good time.
Ask Teshin, where are you staying at, Teshin?
Oh, you know me. I stay in the. I'm gonna stay with my family in our caravan.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you had, a good place to be. And that's a good place to be. I know you get fed well.
Oh
lady
yeah, I
knows
wouldn't want to
her
leave
trick
my
book.
wife behind. She'd never let me survive it.
Yeah. I do believe I had to work a couple extra pounds off after the last time we met you.
Named our
Well, you're looking solid. I'm glad to see you healthy and hale. And you know what? It's probably about time for me to stumble my way back home. You give my greetings to the other half of your party for me.
Sure will when we find them.
And he settles up and takes his friend and his son and they head out.
All right, so I go to these two and like, heard anything juicy, or should we just get on going? I think our emissary buddy is probably full and drunk by now.
We're gonna have to at least go out and be visible from the street so that we can get eyes on our the rest of our friends if they stumble by us. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not wander too far from public view, but we definitely need to be visible so that our friends can find us.
We're not looking for you.
They don't know.
We
that.
don't know that. We
You
said
ought to
we-
know by now.
We said we'd meet you out at a tavern. So we're either waiting until closing or we're gonna go hang out in town and see what else is here outside of this social.
Just start bar hopping.
So we'll find him sooner or later.
But-
Or we're gonna burn his place down.
No. No. I take your arrows from you.
Considering you have seen no signs of buildings burnt down, you don't know where the other half of your party is.
That's what I've been saying. I've been looking for smoke on the horizon. I ain't seen none. They must not have burnt it down.
Tommy.
Maybe they were-
Suspicious.
This is really spicy.
All right,
Indeed.
so let's we've eaten, we've drank. Let's at least go see what else is around. You know, we've got
That's
bars
what we
and
should-
brothels. Yeah,
Sure.
Let's get a lay of the land.
So you're kind of meandering through the city, and pretty quickly you can tell that the farther in the city that you get, the nicer it gets. The outside, as nice as it is out here, it gets even nicer. There starts to be bushes and then trees lining boulevards of roads and these large, expansive buildings. Most of them in very good repair, some of them a little older. Vines climbing across a lot of them. You see, as you kind of get more towards the center of the town, you see, I mean, like we're talking Vatican style, not Vatican style, but a very large temple with a golden dome over a tower in the corner of the temple, and just entwined artworks and statues to Mitra over it. There are people like praying and flailing themselves in front of it.
Flagellating?
Mm-hmm.
In public?
Excuse you.
We got laws against that around here.
Not in no fear.
No fear.
You do see, as you're going past, the next square over past this temple appears to be some sort of punishment square. You see more pillories with several people that are strapped in, like bent over in the pillories, stripped naked.
What do you think they did? Let's not do it. No, I mean, we might be able to find the witch hunter at one of these things, but which one do you check?
Give me an observation
That-
check.
not this one, and she could check that one.
Roll me an observation check.
No touch.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause, the fates have been really good for me so far.
Somebody.
I know, arrogant. Yeah.
Pretty good. Five.
Hey.
Two successes for the both of you.
Three successes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
As you're walking by, you hear some local dressed up in some sort of attire.
We
A
won't
couple
hope
of them,
so.
couple of them talking to each other. Did you see that Katani? That's crazy. I've never seen a Katani before. Wow. Do you think it's real? Are they actually dragons? Like, can they teleport and shapeshift and shit? That's terrifying. Can they read our brains?
Where'd you
Yeah,
see
people do
that?
the same thing when they find that I'm from Kentucky.
Hi.
They wonder if you have any
Hi, I'm from
dreams.
out of town. Did you say there's a Katani? A real life Katani around here? Where?
Yeah, at the Crow.
At the what?
The cockeyed crow. That's where they're staying at. I know.
Where?
I'm telling everybody to see this. This is.
I want to see a Katani. Where's the cockeyed crow?
He gives you directions to like 2 blocks away, just around the corner.
I'm that close to a freaking dragon person. I'm seeing this.
Yeah, we gotta go check this out. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You guys head a couple of blocks away to this prior described very fancy mansion with trimmed gardens and bushes and archways and benches,
Oh,
couple of
this-
servants out front.
How did they get in there?
I mean, we're talking like the servants are wearing frills here.
They got connections.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk right
all
up
over it.
to reception. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Greetings. How can I help you?
Hi. So we're members of a party involving a Katani emissary. Has he checked in yet?
Oh, you're with him. Why, yes, he's just in the sitting room yonder's having a smoke with the owner.
Really? And we're right in through there?
Just right in through there, sir.
Thank you so much.
You go into a very comfortably furnished lounge room of something. There's little sofas and chairs and globes that are half opened, full of bottles of booze on them, and you see your Kitani friend and a statesman-y looking middle-aged guy, very fancy dressed, and they're just kind of sitting back. Their eyes are a little glazed over, sitting on couches.
Grab me a bottle of booze. Pop that
Very
sucker.
nice.
Put it up for my friend's tab there. He's the master over there. Yeah, he's the big shot in charge.
Hello, our friend.
Oh, I see your friends have finally joined us. Good to have you. We've put you guys up in the servants' quarters behind the north wing.
Oh,
Nice,
the servants' quarters, huh? Okay.
I've had worse.
Not entirely certain you've had better. This place is quite nice.
Don't you presume to know how many I've had?
Oh,
She's a feisty one, doesn't she?
hey, Bamley.
I say to the proprietor.
Yeah.
Demon encounter cyber demons from Doom.
I was hoping you didn't see that.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Good luck, Doomslayer.
Where?
Bamley. Okay. Cyber demons from Doom.
Am I having a hallucination?
Huh. Who all is in this room now?
Huh.
All of us.
All
No,
of
I
us.
haven't walked in yet.
And
Witch Hunter, you're in this room, right? Have you been in here smoking along too?
No.
Not smoking. Just
He doesn't speak the language, so he's too afraid to leave my side.
Just getting a secondhand smoke?
basically.
we're just here with my scepter that's capable of casting any spell
Randomly.
randomly. Oh,
Cyber demons from Doom. Oh, geez. Okay. All right.
How does this work into a sword and sorcery thing?
so I'm gonna take.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Okay, he's got it.
Hey, Verai.
Damn it. Yes.
Yes.
The stick, the scepter that you were provided
Yep.
merely moments ago begins to vibrate on your side.
Damn doctors.
His scepter text.
You feel a warmth coming from it.
Put this back.
Phrasing.
Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag.
It's a shake weight.
You have one hand. Put it in the bag.
It's literally vibrating. It's a shake weight. Yep.
I would
And it's warm.
Pop the top off and see.
Feel.
Try this kielbasa.
I never want to see that look on Bob's face again.
um.
Ribbed.
Yeah. There is something you can feel from an energy coming from that scepter. There is an energy coming from that scepter, and you feel that scepter pointing, calling towards the fireplace.
Why do demons follow us wherever we go? Is it me?
Hey.
Am I the baddie?
Abertag, while I've got you here, I've got this vibrating scepter. I don't quite know what it does, but it's definite. Do you want to like what's going on here?
It seems to be interested in the fireplace.
It does. I don't know what's going
Feed
on.
it.
Yeah, I sigh very heavily. Pick up my warhammer. Just stand in front of the fireplace and wait.
And something from the fireplace happens. A flash, a bright flash appears from the fireplace. Smoke, bangs, booms, and not exploding from the fireplace, but imploding into the fireplace. The half of the contents of this room, including the entire party, are sucked into the fireplace and thrown out somewhere else, somewhere dark, somewhere with solid, misshapen ground, somewhere with a red horizon and a light peeking through a hazy, cloudy sky, and music pounding in your head, loud, deep, guttural music. Sounds like, I don't even know how somebody from Conan would be able to describe it. Sounds like something barbarians would make with the heads of their enemies, and also this strange stringed instrument that is even deeper and lower and faster than anything you've ever listened to before.
It's
A Conan heavy metal song is now blasting through all of your heads.
Next Tuesday on Riffs.
Hitchhikers of the Megaverse unite! We'll have to send this one to Julian.
Just once, I'd like to visit a new town without having to fight a demon.
Well, it used to be a nice hotel.
We didn't burn it down this time.
And as the
I
six of
need a weekend off now and then.
as the six of you pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and you see half of the contents of this former room have now been like shattered and scattered around the room, including bottles of what you can only assume are fancy booze that have now just hit this dirt and shattered.
It's still good. 5-second rule.
You,
I take out a tar arrow, and anything that's still flaming, I try and get the tar arrow to burn.
I don't know where we are or what's going on, so I'm
and then
two-handed
from over a hilltop, you hear a screaming horn, almost guttural sound that doesn't sound like a horn. It sounds like it's coming from a creature, as running over a hilltop appears a whole cadre of minotaurs, demons, zombies, giant scary things that look like they have flesh and armor and their very hands are blades, and you can see tubes coming out of them and horns like minotaurs, as a whole cadre of them begin charging over a nearby hilltop at you guys.
I pick up my trusty laser weapon.
So before they get to us, I'm gonna look at Evertag and say, "All right, clearly this staff has some weird mojo. Do you want me to try to get us back, or would you like to figure out how this works?"
I think you'd be better off with me hacking the tits off these things.
All right, I'll boop
Utters,
until we.
So, Chance, where is my new acquaintance in all of this? Did he come
He's
with?
standing up in the middle. He got brought too. The old man.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
This is some good shit.
Fresh from cough. Wow.
Extra fresh.
We weren't even smoking it, and we brought it into this hallucination.
And I guess this is where we say roll for initiative, but there is no initiative in this game. The heroes always get to go first. These beastly demon creatures are charging at the party.
How far away are they? Range.
Running at the party. It depends on when you want to take act.
Well, I mean, if we pull bows or anything, right, we need to know what range they are to shoot.
Medium.
Okay.
All right.
Medium and rushing in.
Small movement. I'm taking one of their cigarettes out of their mouths, blowing on it till it's red hot, trying to light the alcohol that's in the ground on, so that I can light my tar arrows, so that I can then shoot them.
That is
The
like
tar
black.
itself should just ignite without alcohol.
Well, it's
There's
not-
still the bits and pieces of a flaming fireplace in front
There
of
we
you.
go. We'll do that then. Take the arrows out and start lighting them, and handing one to, or a couple to Verai. Here. What?
That's not how it works.
I don't care. This is all I know.
But yes, you can light one of your arrows on fire
Yeah.
and use it as a load because you paid for this load of arrows.
Yes, sir. Yep. I got it right here on the book, actually.
How
I have
many
rolled
enemies
this.
are there?
12 of them.
12.
One of them even larger than the rest.
Aim for the big one.
I turn around to the emissary. Get the door open. I don't care what you got to do. Stop smoking that shit and get the door open.
Dude.
And I loose at the big one.
Give me an attack roll.
Thinking about it. 16.
We roll that 16.
Hey, Verai, you've got a redemption.
Successes. Archery.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to use Marksman to gain an additional momentum for the attack, which I'm going to add to my damage bonus.
It's slaughtering time.
As he waves the Wabbajack at them.
Imagine this is a sword. Sorry, it's all I've got.
This brought me into the world, and it's gonna take you out of it.
So,
It's supposed to be the Crucible Blade.
yeah, so I roll damage, right?
What? Did you hit?
Yeah, I hit. Roll damage, right?
What did you hit with?
Oh, I hit it too. I'm gonna roll damage.
Arrow that I just lit on fire.
Oh, you fired your bow.
Yes, I fired my
What
bow.
else would you have done?
Arrow.
And you rolled your attack roll?
It's right there. And
What
I
was it?
rerolled the 16 and got a 14.
Is that a success?
Yeah, they're 2 successes.
Okay.
2d20.
Then yes, you may roll for damage.
7 plus 2d6 for the fire, plus the 1d6, so it's 3d6, so 10d6.
Are you what? Huh? What? Wait, what? Where'd you get 10 die 6?
Well, it's normally 7 die 6 for my bow.
Uh
right?
huh. Yeah.
Then I have a plus 2 die 6 damage for pitch arrows, flaming pitch arrows. And then I added my 1 momentum from marksman.
That's
for-
just 1 point of damage.
Okay, well, it's 1 point. Okay, 9d6 plus 1.
Only 9 dice worth of damage at the big guy.
Just like that. I think. 96 plus 1. Yep. 26.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of damage. No special effects.
Roll the 4s over, right? The 4s don't count, or is it the 3s?
Correct.
3s
threes?
and 4s, neither count.
Okay, roll 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can roll at least 4 of those. Reroll.
Take
3.
out the 1.
Hmm?
Take out the 1.
No, leave them 1.
For which ability allows you to do that?
That
Accurate.
one is
Accurate,
That's
okay.
my basic. Yeah, that's the accurate one. Can reroll as many dice
2,
as
3,
I have in
4,
talents.
which is 5. Okay. All right. 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage, 2 of them being piercing. That one actually does a bit of damage, unfortunately. For me. Big guy. Big guy. Big guy. 11, 12.
I'm catfishing.
All right. You deal 9 points of damage, 2 of it piercing, and generate an injury.
Nice. All right, you're welcome. I gotta use that.
Did you earn us any momentum though?
He did not earn any momentum.
No, because the momentum I earned, I had to spend.
Had to?
Yes, had to,
Hmm.
according to the skill.
Hmm.
I go next.
Are you countercharging them? Running at them? Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
And I just lost it. Hold on. I think it's 2 successes. Why do I keep
An 11 and a 16. I think it's just 1 success for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, melee is a 12. So yeah, 1 success. Which it's enough for a melee.
And then damage, right? 5 die 6?
Yep, roll for damage. And yeah, 5 die 6.
She getting stuck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. 1, 2 of them, 3 of them piercing. Okay. So let me get back to my page. 6 points of damage. 3 of them piercing. 1. And you deal an injury. Yeah, it's 2 injuries. Okay. And then 6 points of damage. Unfortunately, the party doesn't have any momentum to allow you to do a second attack yet. But you got a solid first strike in there, dealing the same amount of damage that he did with 9.
Let me see momentum.
Don't you have any auto momentum
No.
generating abilities?
No.
I know archery has stuff like that.
Earn me some.
Who's next?
It's just you and me that haven't gone yet.
Verai hasn't gone either.
All right, Vera, earn me some momentum.
Fine. I've got my nice big crucible blade. I will counter charge and attack.
Attack!
I got as much injury as you did using your bow.
Awesome. Doing what?
Roll an attack roll.
Yep.
That would be 2 successes. That gives the party 1 point of momentum. Yay. However, I'm going to spend a point of doom and see if I can parry. I parried once, which is not enough to beat yours.
Okay, so rolling for damage then.
Roll for damage.
Wrong thing. Gear. Doom Slayer. 5d6, correct?
Yes. No. For the Doomslayer sword, 6 dice for damage.
Oh, the damage. Yeah, okay, you're right. One, two. I'll take that 3 and re-roll it.
Okay.
Hey, and it was a success.
Oh, jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. All of them intense. Well, most of them vicious. And the intense effect, if you deal 1 injury, with intense effect, you deal 2 injuries.
Wow.
Your Doomslayer sword slays a demon. I mean, it just like, this sucker, it glows golden yellow as you begin to swing at this thing, and it doesn't even slow down slicing through this demon, this creature. Like, usually you hit something and it's like kerchunk. No, this thing it's just like miss.
We're gonna miss.
Double take to make sure I didn't miss.
As you're like, phew, did I really just miss that? It goes one half separating from the other half. Okay.
There's 1 momentum for you there.
Thank you.
There is 1 point of momentum there.
All right. So I will step up and assist.
I will spend that point of momentum.
I'm gonna beat you.
All right, Zhang, what are you doing?
Big talk.
Just remember, I have a bigger hammer.
You won't get to it in time. All right. So first, I'm going to use my adaptable combatant talent to extend the reach of my weapon by 1, so that my warhammer has a reach of 3.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend a momentum for an extra attack die, and my deft blade talent gives me 2 extra dice instead of 1.
Okay.
He's been reading the rule book.
I like it.
Well, I hadn't spent some experience in a while, so
That's a good thing you did. because your melee is a 14. So actually 3, that's 4 successes.
Yes.
Okay, you generate 3.4 points a moment. Yeah, no, sorry, generate 3, bringing the party to 4.
All right. I'm going to spend one of them to activate Blood on Steel to give my weapon an extra vicious 1 on top of its already vicious attacks.
The look on his face.
Okay.
Crom spends doom.
Well, shit. I'm gonna have to start like making super bad guys to come at you guys. Seriously.
You're hitting us with 12 demons. I want to hear it.
Now, which of these is not damage? 3
A
is
3.
not damage. All
Your
right,
singular
so
3.
reroll that one with my other melee talent.
1, 2, 3, each with vicious 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he just slifted right through one of them. You do not slift right through one of them. You hit, and your arms ring like you're hitting a mallet, right? Just a bong. And you see this creature that you hit with your hammer. At first, it doesn't even seem like it. I mean, you knocked it back a little bit. Like it seems like it's just fine until that a vibration almost comes from within it, exploding it like a giant bubble of blood and gore and doom.
That's how you kill a demon.
And there is now demon gore scattered around this entire area.
You don't need no fancy fucking sword.
Oh,
Are you challenging me?
It doesn't
Boy,
glow.
Are you
really
challenging
hope
me?
That's ready when we get back.
You got a one-liner coming.
No, I think it is your turn.
He already did. Zhang,
I did leave you some momentum though.
quite a
Yes.
bit of momentum.
Well, I'm not entirely certain how to use that alongside of my my shout ability.
You have to shout over the doom music, and that's really hard.
I mean, if you make a sorcery check, I will let you know whether or not morale attacks even work on these demons.
Okay, let us do that. I believe I have at least 1 success. That might be 2.
I thought your sorcery is a 12. Yeah, that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
These things appear to be suicidally aggressive. You do not believe they would be suffering from conventional morale effects.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call my abilities conventional, but okay, sure.
You're so bougie.
Hey, I haven't seen you melt anyone's face off with just your words.
Too easy.
Yeah, I guess I'll just bash one of their skulls in with my shield.
Roll an attack roll.
Oh,
That looks
Nice.
good. That looks good. That's
that is
2
definitely
successes.
2 successes at least.
Yeah, that is indeed 2
Yay.
successes.
That is indeed 2 successes. Does that
Which-
generate any additional momentum?
It does not because they have a reach of 2 with their weapons. You have a reach of 1, so it takes 2 successes to hit them.
Okay, fair enough. But I hit it, which is surprising for me.
You did indeed hit.
So let's see. I need how many? 3. That's 3 dice, right?
Yes, 3 dice 6.
Huh. Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage.
I'll take it.
And that makes it their turn, which will happen at the beginning of our next session.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun! Well, that was fun. That was interesting, ladies and gentlemen. That went to an unexpected direction. Thank you, chat, for that direction, because that is quite enjoyable there. I want to say that for the rest of this week, tomorrow we are returning to Barovia at 8 p.m. Eastern for a continuation of The Curse of Strahd. Thursday we return to Rift's Megaversal Mayhem at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Friday, Simon and Rufus enjoyed each other's company so much, and hopefully they get to enjoy yours, and that'll be Friday at 6:30. Sunday, Tomb of Annihilation at 9 p.m. Next Monday, the cast of the Solar Patrol reunite at 8:30 p.m. And next Tuesday, same good time, same good channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, we return to this hell-infested demonscape from which we find ourselves unexpectedly fighting demons in Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of, Chapter 3, Episode 2. I want to say thank you. We love you. Good night.
Good night, buddy.